Because, you know, it's a sensitive subject for many. Death in general. Young people. It's just too. And I know people who've, or knew, I suppose would be the correct grammatical thing to say, people who've died while young. And it's terrible. It's awful.
Yes?
I've had a revelation. I wish to embark on a mission. Let's just no.
Farewell.
Will it be funny, but actually, considering we had a save just moments ago, let's see what happens. If it goes wrong, we'll just leg it. Or reload and leg it.
Milady, I have had a revelation and wish to embark on a mission.
Geralt, I'm warning you.
The hermit helped me come to an understanding.
Tell me.
Soon I will depart. I don't know if I'll find my grail, but I must.
I shall not keep you.
I do understand your sorrow, your solitude. If I can do anything.
Cease treating me like a goddess. I have enough worshippers. I lack one who sees me as other than the object of a cult.
Milady, simple folk, they don't understand.
I judge them not. But let's return to your desire to help. Begin by paying me a compliment.
I'm no good at this. Milady, your wisdom is inferior only to your goodness.
Enough. I choose not to believe you don't find me attractive. Rather, I blame your famous scruples.
Milady, your eyes are like stars glimmering in the night sky.
Distant and cold. Weak, Witcher.
Your ass puts others to shame.
None has ever paid me such a compliment. My brave knights only praise my soul, though I knew where their eyes fixated. Regardless, Geralt, must I tell you my desire, or can you divine it?
Thanks, game. Of course. I caused it. But, sure. This works too. New entry in journal. Character Lake of the Lake. On an island in the middle of the lake, unless was Nymph Aura Viola. Both the inhabitants of nearby villages and the monsters of the lake worship her. And we have now had sex with her. Wonderful. So demystifying the entire religious cult stuff. It's just a nymph. Or magical being. With some power, of course, you can see the future. Vaguely. That escalated quickly. I think we've learned something here. If you're ever in doubt about what to say to a woman, just tell her that her ass puts others to shame. I can guarantee you it'll work out just the way it did for Geralt. Source? Dude, trust me. Now, I have not used that myself yet, but maybe I will. I don't know, I'll have to think about it. Okay, so the hermit was the only one who knew stuff we could use. Geralt's famous scruples. He is a very moral person. What means a good man, a good person, and that's what makes him intriguing and interesting. Because he is in a world where neutrality and the lesser evil and shades of grey morality, our king. While he fancies himself a knight in shining armour. I think I mentioned the first thing Geralt did after he became a witcher was to kill a bandit to save a woman getting raped or about to get raped on the roadside. Like, could be literally right there. Killed the man, the bandit, brutally and with great efficiency because he's a goddamn witcher, even if he was just not the first day of the job, so to speak. And did he get any thanks for his heroic act? No. Because in the girl's eyes, while she was about to be raped, and that's of course also bad, I'm fairly certain Sapkowski wasn't trying to insinuate otherwise either. But from the girl's perspective, murder had just happened before her eyes. Blood and guts spilled everywhere. She was in shock. And Geralt, being a witcher, with white hair and everything, being quite a mutant-looking witcher, was spooky-looking. And after that, the girl was in no hurry to hurry and just get the hell out of there. And that started Geralt's entire witchering career. And all of his tirades about, come on. How evil is evil, and if he has to make a choice, he'd rather just not. Which, to some extent, is what he wants to do. At least till most of the books, until he decides that, well, now he's in it for personal reasons. He even gives up his Witcher medallion at a point in the books. And just quits the job, really, and that really sparks his character transformation in a way into being just Geralt. Not Geralt the Witcher, just Geralt. And, fighting for him and his friends and what he believes in. Now, we don't need to kill giant centipedes. Not anymore, at least. We've got to do something while we're waiting for the virus to show up. Not big deal. The screen's shaking and it's actually annoying my eyes. It really helps. Just take the alchemy ingredients. Oh, we'll do this other giant centipede here. Oh, the screen's shaking so goddamn much from it. It didn't bother me when we were playing them earlier. Something's happened since then with me. Christ. Ah, my eyes hurt now. I should, the following common logic, common sense. The course of action for me right now would be to turn off the game, do something else for a bit. But no, I'm having fun playing the game and I want to play more of the game. As absolutely silly as that is. Oh. Yeah, my eyes on. I think they'll recover pretty quickly anyway. I'm not bleeding out of them. And blood's not pouring out of other orifices. Stuff like that, so I'm thinking I'm safe. Famous last words right there, of course, but I don't know. Let's get back to the topic of untimely deaths and people dying young. It's always a tragedy, and people not dying young, people in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, anyone dying before they're, super old. It's just... If you want to test yourself and your empathy, your humanity, go to the nearest graveyard and go look around the tombstones. And start, counting the ages of the people lying there. And see from year 2000 to 2019, for example. It's one like that. That's just damn. I mean, that's hard. That's hard stuff right there. Or 1960 to 1970. If you feel nothing, I'm not gonna be one to tell you what to do. But at that point, if that were me, see Struggle Grammar, I mean, I'd be scared that I wasn't feeling anything.
What do you want?
And seeing people just die that young. Of course it happens, and in many ways I'm just a big goddamn crybaby, I suppose, but moral fag, as some people would say. I just find it bad. I had a friend. She's dead now, but great person. Lost her life to, well, something, either suicide or just illness. It's horrible. It happened quite a while back now, some years, but now we're entering personal anecdote territory, right? But I still think about it. It strikes me sometimes that damn, that happened, because it's not pleasant. I'm fairly certain it'll just, follow me until the day I die, many years in the future. When this Let's Play becomes a time capsule into a deconstruction of the YouTube of the late 2010s. Peace Debate's a Let's Play, done in the style of Let's Play that hasn't been done in many years at the point it was recorded. By the time it was recorded. I suppose it's just because I have known personal experiences with, untimely deaths that I find it to be an interesting topic by all means, and the way fiction handles it it varies greatly from a piece of fiction to another piece of fiction. And some will make it way too melodramatic, while others won't really give it the focus it needs. And I'm just looking for Devourers currently, but I think we'll have to wait some time more before they'll show up. 10 Devourers, Heath. 5. So I don't seem to show up anywhere else. So let's go to the fields and look for Mandrake. Maybe we should check where Mandrake shows up first. Mandrake route. Great! I feel smarter about what to do. But regarding untimely deaths and fictions about it, the TV series Aquarius, or Aquarius depending on how you want to pronounce it, with David Duchovny in the lead role, period pieces of historical fiction from about the 1960s, or the late 1960s, the time of the hippies, and Charles Manson, who is also one of the main characters of the series, meaning Charles Manson is a character, the man himself who's dead at the time of this recording, and I don't think anyone or some people do, you know, mourn that loss, but not any sane person, to be completely honest. But in that, it's about, by all means, detective serial, about, you know, homicide, investigations, and so on. Very interesting stuff. And Laura's also here, man. That makes our job a lot easier. But in that, there's a bunch of untimely death, of course, including suicide. And I'd say that of all the television series and films that I've seen, I've watched, I'd say Aquarius actually handles the topic maturely and surprising, actually, in a sense, considering the show's originally it was made for a 14 and up rating, something like that. But now, if you find it online or buy DVDs or whatever, you'll get the proper uncensored version, which via the Netflix streaming service that I am a user of because it's convenient and I like convenience, being technologically literate as I am. It's known as 16 plus, and I don't know if it's, of course, teenagers, 16-year-olds. Sure, there's nothing too bad in it. I mean, it's about Charles Manson, who used people of that age. And awful man. But I don't know if a 16-year-old is, you know, capable of really understanding stuff like that. And there's also drug abuse. Of course, you can't get around the topic of drug abuse or the theme of that in something about Charles Manson. The guy was, I don't know if he was a drug addict himself, but he used drugs to influence other people and get a hold of them, and, you know, awful stuff. Won't spend more for this Beastie Beta Let's Play meant talking about him. It's off on a tangent. Main point just being that it's wooden there, but no mandrake. Oh, the soundtrack's still good here. Some stuff has an innate 8 rating, really, to get the true understanding of stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I've been a big defender of, you know, let the kids do whatever hell they, within reasonable boundaries, of course. Like, let a kid or a 15-year-old, let him play that shooter game if he can handle it, and that's up to the parent of the parents to decide, and, you know their kid, know if he's mature enough to play a game about shooting people. A game like this, even murdering wildlife, killing people too. What else is going on? Quite heavy philosophical debates and topics. Other stuff like that. Fairly mature game. It's up to individual. Some adults would not be able to appreciate this game entirely because the graphics are weird or whatever. That might be a reason, even. Plenty of stuff. I'm not saying that, you know, 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds should not be allowed to watch some television series. It's the case if you can't get the full appreciation of some stuff until you have an understanding of some things. And, no, I don't know. And I'm just some random guy on the internet playing a video game. I should not be the moral compass of... Well, I should in some ways, I suppose, with all the moralizing I do. But I don't know. It's weird to think about. That's also weird. Stars falling to the ground. Also, think I lost track of what I was getting at. Devourer, then a Dagon worshipper. Two of them actually. Two of them. What? We're doing great. Taking quite a lot of damage though. But let's keep going anyway. One more Devourer and we will have that contract in the bag. This thing's idle side questing all means right now, so let's have some wraiths and the Druid Lantern. A Night Wraith you can talk to. First that's Selena then.
It was an accident. I had no wish to kill, but my anger bested me. All I wanted was love. She had only disdain for him, scorning his feelings. I never would have done so. I fear the night. I always have. Woe is me. What wrong did I in wishing to be with my beloved? Surely he would have grown to love me.
What?
It was an all I feel. What wrong?
Okay. Harder up. Didn't drop anything. Right for the Druid Lantern. What he said, the mandrake would be to keep the King of the Wild Hunt away. Using the Quen sign right now to its full extent. And we're using our potions because this here seems like it's a fight. Too. Can use a group style here. Can we? We can. Speed still more wraiths. Not the King of the Wild Hunt around though. Had some run-ins with him, so I suppose this he had some more something to it. It's probably Quen. We are in pain. We need to disengage from this right now, but they're giving us the pain. Suppose immunity to pain, stuff like that would be really helpful. When did we last save? Back in Abigail's hut. That's 15 minutes ago. Okay, this is why we need the mandrake. So what have we lost of progress now due to my own idle disconcern of, well, a lot of stuff. Saving. Killing Tavares, that's really it. It's a hard book. Lots of inventory space in the way though. And we picked up some random stuff out in the wilds too, in the fields. That's a joy of RPGs like this. I don't autosave every 5 minutes. And when the quick save makes a new save file instead of just having its own little slot. Stuff like this happens, and yeah. At least we now know that the King of the Wild Hunt, he's dangerous. And we can't fight him. Because he gives us pain and then we die. But we have turned that in because it's not here. That's good. That, of course, being... what's it called? The Voginoi Evil Priest. There's some mandrake somewhere. Four more. So we could ask the hermit about where mandrake is found, but at the same time I kind of want to figure it out on my own, running around in blind desperation. Some light there, and... oh, it's the mirrors, of course. It has to be during the day, maybe? Yeah, has to be during the day. What's this here lead though? I don't think we've gone this way. The signpost. Lakeside. I was just about to say, if there's suddenly a new area we haven't been to at all. Standing here, I realised we need a save. We know. King of the Wild Hunt, too dangerous to take on, and Devourers are to be found in the fields at night.